Okay, I am back. Um, I wanted to go on about the security measures that they are talking about. Okay. Um, so what they're saying essentially is by passing these bills, um, it's important to pass these bills. Number one, for the nation to continue to govern. If you're not for them, you're also not. You're lazy and you're not. You don't want the. You just want to obstruct. Number two, you so much so that you don't care about the national security. We need this money to give to other countries to fight wars to protect our country. So we're going to take the wars, make sure the wars stay off our borders by spending this money in other countries. Okay, this is something I want to read. Kind of started out. President Joe Biden said that members of both parties in the House voted to advance our national security interest and send a clear message about the power of American leadership on the world stage. At this critical inflection point, they came together to answer the call to passing urgently needed security legislation. Okay? Urgently needed security legislation. So basically, we're sending money to Ukraine, to Israel, and to Taiwan to protect our national security interests. Okay? That's what we're doing. Now, what I'd like to do is read an article or a post from the FBI. Here we go. Here we go. This is regarding China. This is from the FBI website. Chinese government poses a broad and unrelenting threat to the U.S. critical infrastructure, the FBI's department director says. Partnership, joint operations, and private sector vigilance can help us fight back. Director Ray of Vanderbilt University Chancellor Daniel DeMere during Vanderbilt Summit on Modern Conflict and Emerging Threats in Nashville on April 18th, 2024. April 18th, 2024. Today's the 25th. Okay, Director Ray speaks with Vanderbilt University Chancellor Daniel, DeMere, whatever, during the Vanderbilt Summit on Modern Conflict and Emerging Threats in Nashville. FBI Director Christopher Wray on April 18th warned national security and intelligence experts, as well as students, that risk the government of China poses to U.S. national and economic security are upon us now, and the U.S. critical infrastructure is a prime target. The FBI is telling students that China poses a risk to U.S. national and economic security, and they are upon us, and it's clear that they're going after critical infrastructure. Okay? The PRC, the People's Republic of China, has made it clear that it considers every sector that makes our society run as fair game. Every sector of American society that makes it run fair game. Okay? This is in its bid to dominate on the world stage, and that its plan is to land blows against civilian infrastructure to try to induce panic and break America's will to resist. He said in remarks at the Vanderbilt Summit on Modern Conflict and Emerging Threats in Nashville. Now, he suggested that partnerships with both private sectors and academia can be powerful tools to quest and neutralize the threat. Okay, now this puts it on private sector and academia. So it's important. This is important for the private sector and academia and the government to work together to help reduce this threat. And it says, understanding the threat. The overall threat from Chinese communists is a hybrid one that involves crime, counterintelligence, and cybersecurity. That's crime, counterintelligence, and cybersecurity. Okay, that's kind of important. in which the FBI is countering with resources from all three mission spheres, which would be government, academia, and private sector. Notice there's no military. Okay? The threat is partially driven by the CCP's aspiration to wealth and power. I'm not sure what that is, CCP. Wray added that China wants to seize economic development in the areas most critical to tomorrow's economy. Okay, even if doing so requires theft. The Chinese government has tried to pilfer intellectual property, technology, and research from nearly every industry in the U.S. economy, he noted. They've been doing that forever. We all know that. They've been doing it forever. Russia and China's both have been, they were known for stealing our technology and then, producing a crappy version of it. Okay? Kind of goes on, but the CCP also wants to prevent the United States from being able to get in the way of a potential future crisis between China and Taiwan by 2027. So they want this within 3 years. He said Americans are starting to feel the effects of the sprint, he said, pointing to cyber intrusions and criminal activity as early deterrence efforts by the CCP. Okay? Budgets are currently being crafted that will determine the resources the U.S. government will be available to fight back 3 years from now. The currents are being crafted to determine what resources will have available, what they will have available to them. Okay? So that means that they're trying to figure out how much money they can get to affect this and to fight against this in the next 3 years. I may have to take a break from this. I see some homeowners. I'm going to go ahead and shut this down. We'll stitch it together.